Are you between 62 and 70 and really unsure when to file Social Security? Well, in the next few minutes, I'm going to show you a simple way to help you choose your claiming age to build a steady retirement paycheck. So, you're going to learn of three specific things: how filing at 62, 67, or 70 changes your income over a lifetime; two, a simple withdrawal order to help your money last and keep up with inflation; third, how couples can actually make smarter choices for survivor income. And if you like this, you can actually book a 30-minute consult, purely educational for you. Just as a disclaimer on who I am, so my name is Tyler Lavoie. I'm one of the founders and senior wealth advisors here at Guardian Financial. Ultimately, my job is to help near retirees turn their savings into income and make sense of investing. But here's the disclaimer: this video is purely educational only, so I don't want you to have it mistaken for individual personal advice. If you're looking for that, book a 30-minute consult. We can dive a little bit deeper on your situation. So, when we're looking at the claiming age decision, what does that really mean? So, the ages brackets here is 62, 67, or 70, and these are your Social Security benefits that are based on your overall work history and your full retirement age. And for many people, that full retirement age is 67, and this is if you were born in 1960 or later. So, if you claim early as 62, your monthly check is reduced for life. So this means if you delay past full retirement age, your earned benefit credits that increase your benefit month wait up to age 70. There's no boost beyond 70. So in other words, the longer you wait, the more you get. So what does reduce and increase actually mean? So early claiming reduces your benefits by a set formula, roughly about 30%. So if you claim at 62 when your full retirement age is 67, delaying after full retirement age gives you a benefit of 8% per year until 70. So the exact numbers really depend on your birth year, but those are just the ballpark rules. If you're still working and you claim before full retirement age, there's an earnings test in 2025. So if you're under FRA, you can earn up to $23,400 before Social Security withholds $1 for every two over the limit. And in the year you reach FRA, the higher limit is $62,160 with $1 withheld for every three over that. Once you hit FRA, there's really no earnings limit. Here's a simple way to choose. So the first is health and longevity. So if you expect a longer life, waiting often helps. Second is income need. If you need to cash now, claiming earlier makes sense. Third is work plans. If you keep working before the FRA, consider that. And then finally, for spousal benefits, if you delay it, your surviving spouse can actually claim that as well. Now we're looking at your retirement paycheck withdrawals and inflation. So think of retirement income as two paychecks for you. First, Social Security is one of the incomes coming in. This has a cost of living adjustment in most years. Second is those portfolio withdrawals. So this is incorporating your savings and your investments. When you're looking at a simple withdrawal order, a simple common sense one, in my opinion, is spend from taxable accounts first, dividends, interest, and cash. Then consider your tax deferred accounts, so IRAs, 401ks. Then save the Roth for last for flexibility. This isn't a rule for everyone. Tax brackets, healthcare subsidies, and estate goals can really change the orders of that. But you want to aim to keep it the same. You want to keep your taxes relatively sensible and more advantage dollars working longer for you. And so what that really looks at for you is helping guard against inflation. So each year, what you want to try to do is nudge your withdrawal up a little bit to keep pace with the rising prices. Social Security's cost of living adjustments help, and you can rebalance your investments so your withdrawals don't really rely on selling on what just fell. Think of it like a calm and adjust approach instead of that set it and forget it that you commonly hear. And if you have questions on this, just book a 30-minute consult. We can talk about it a little bit more in detail for you on that specific tailored situation for you. When it comes to couples and survivor benefits, why are they different? For couples, the higher earner's decision affects that survivor's income. So a spousal benefit while both spouses are alive can be up to 50% of the other spouse's benefit at full retirement age. And this is not including their delayed credits. But if the higher earner delays, the survivor benefit is based on that higher actual amount, which can really help a lot of families, especially when it comes to that surviving spouse later. And so, a quick example, apologies for the phone here, but a quick example we can kind of look at is we'll call them Jordan and Taylor. So Jordan's full retirement benefit is about $2,800 a month. Taylor's is about $1,400. If Jordan delays to 70, Jordan's check is higher for life. If Jordan passes first, Taylor's benefit steps up towards Jordan's actual amount, not the old FRA number. So that's why we often model both lifetimes, not just the first 10 years when it comes to that. And so if one spouse is still working and under FRA, you really want to remember the earnings test. So claiming early might trigger withholdings for you, and that doesn't lose the money permanently. Benefits are recalculated at FRA, but it can still surprise your cash flow if you're not keeping an eye out for it. So then when it comes to healthcare costs, you should consider Medicare basics that we want to really look at for most people is people generally enroll in Medicare Part B when it comes to retirees at 65. The standard Part B premium is about $185 a month in 2025 with a 257 annual Part B deductible. Higher income retirees, you may owe IRMAA surcharges for Part B and Part D based on your MAGI, so your modified income for 2 years prior. And if your income dropped, you can ask Social Security to reconsider those IRMAA surcharges after this qualifying life event. And this is where exactly smart tax planning, like correctly timed Roth conversions, can really be a massive game changer. But we'll cover Roth conversions in another video at some point in time, so just stay tuned towards that. So if we're looking at this all together, and I apologize for talking a little bit quickly here, what you really saw were three building blocks of a steady retirement paycheck. So the first is really when to file Social Security. This is looked at 62, 67, and 70 are those brackets when it comes to changes lifetime income and those survivor benefits for you. We then looked at those withdrawal orders, so taxable, tax deferred, then Roth, with the exceptions to keep those taxes really sensible and at a constant level. Finally is the inflation guard, so adjust the withdrawals and rebalance so that way your lifestyle really keeps up with what you need. And so here's kind of a reality check for you. What you should ask yourself is if you're watching and thinking, I'm not really sure I've done this right, you want to ask yourself honestly, do I know my best fit claiming age and how work or health might change that in my life? Secondly, do I have a written withdrawal order over the next 12 months? Have I really planned for inflation and market drops without cutting into my personal lifestyle? For the couples out there, do we know survivor income if one spouse does unfortunately pass away? If any of these questions really feel unclear, this is, I think, a sign for you to kind of get a simple plan in place and take a look. So in our 30-minute consult, we'll actually look at your overall situation, dive a little bit deeper, answer those questions that you may have going on, and really help outline steps in plain English so that way you leave knowing where you stand and maybe what to adjust. And keep in mind too, this is just a reminder, rules can change and the right choice depends on your specific situation. This isn't legal, tax, or investment advice. At the end of the video, there'll be a QR code if you want to use your phone, book a meeting. We can chat and go a little bit deeper. My name's Tyler Lavoie. Thanks for watching and looking forward to connecting with you soon.